If there's one thing I see when I'm out approaching with clients, is that they're scared to be intentional. Now, what do I mean by intentional? Well, they're scared to show the true intention of why they're there. So they'll do everything but actually tell the girl why they're there. It's like they're scared to show a girl that they're attracted to them. They're scared to show a girl that they can be sexual, that they have these desires, like they want to hide them. And so what ends up happening is, because they're trying to hide these desires, they end up coming out empty-handed, frustrated, feeling rejected, and they don't want to go out and meet women because they associate approaching and women with pain. Now, this is their own doing, and they don't realize this. But the more intentional and straightforward you become, within reason, the more intentional you become in your approaching or in your meeting of women, the less work you have to do on the back end. What do I mean on the back end? Well, let's say if you're a nice guy, for instance, or a guy who's just very scared to show your intention with women, and you show up and you approach and you're like, hi, I thought you're pretty. And let's say the rest of that interaction, you just spend beating around the bush, when what you really want is to get to know her on more of that non-platonic, on that polarizing masculine to feminine frame. Now, what I mean by that, well, I mean, when you walk up, you're not being the nice guy. You're not being the guy who's going to get friend zoned. You're very clear in your intention, and if she doesn't want the same, then that's fine, you're out of there. But you're not going to sit there and entertain and get a number off the premise that you guys are going to be friends. I see guys do this all the time, and they get so frustrated with going out and meet women. But again, it's because they're not showing up, going for what they want. The minute that they start showing up and going for what they want and being clear in their intention, they get a different version of that girl. They get a girl who lets her guard down. They get a girl who's a little bit more sexually attracted to them, or a little bit more curious, let's say, right? More interested, and not a girl who's walled off and defensive. So I'm going to teach you today how to be more intentional in your interactions so that you don't wind up in a friend zone. Anyways, guys, I'm Anthony, and I'm from the original Fearless channel. I've got my own Fearless channel now where I can teach you guys all the things I want to teach you about approaching, dating, being a solid dude. Man, I've learned so much from Brian and Fearless throughout the years. I want to share that with you guys. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. Consider hitting like and subscribe. We've got a ton of footage coming out for you guys in the next few months or so you guys wouldn't want to miss it. Anyways, let's go back into what we're talking about here. Being intentional. Being intentional is a masculine trait, like being grounded and leading and creating a container between you and this person that you're talking to, right? And the reason that this is such a masculine thing is because guys are known for penetrating and cutting through the bullshit, whereas women, on the other hand, not so much. And you've got your women out there who are really great at penetrating and cutting through the bullshit. They have a really good relationship with their masculine. A lot of men don't, and that's the problem, and this is why they're struggling. So what I want you guys to get used to or start to embody is the part of you that is radically honest with yourself about what you want, and radically honest with other people about what it is that you want. Now, if you see a sexy, beautiful woman walking down the street in some yoga pants, and to you, you're like, yo, this is beautiful. I love what I'm seeing right now. Don't go over there and start talking about other stuff that has nothing to do with that. It's only going to get you friend zone. It's going to make the girl wonder, why are you even talking to me? And once you got a girl like that, she's kind of already in defense mode, because you're out of congruency with what it is that you actually want. And when you're not being congruent, people can feel that. Women can feel that, especially because women are deeper feelers than men are, right? As men in society, where we're taught feeling is bad. You don't want to feel, feeling makes you weak. Whereas women, they were taught to feel, right? It's almost like a superpower they have, where they can feel when a person's being incongruent. They can feel when a person's off. They can feel when this guy is dangerous versus when this guy is actually cool and relaxed and calm and not nervous, okay? So what I want you guys to learn from this video is be clear in your intention. Even if that means being a little more straightforward, even if that means saying things that have a little more tension in it. You want the tension. You want the polarity. You don't want to be the nice guy. The nice guy always comes out empty-handed. So what does being more intentional look like? What does polarizing look like? Well, it's like if you see a woman who's walking down the street in some beautiful, sexy yoga pants, and you approach her and you're like, hey, I saw you over there. I thought you look absolutely sexy. I had to come talk to you. I want to get to know you. Who are you? Right? That then polarizes the girl to be like, okay, I know what this guy is looking for. I know what this guy wants. Now, based off of your energy and how you deliver that, you may get a girl who gets defensive, or you may get a girl who relaxes and responds by going into her feminine. She might get a little giggly. She might start smiling, smirking, laughing, because what you're doing is you're bringing the tension. A lot of guys don't bring the tension. They want to smooth it all over, and they want to make it nice and soft and not threatening. And it loses all of its edge. It loses all of its impact, right? You need a girl to know that you can go there, because to her, that's actually fun. To her, that makes her laugh and giggle. It sends like a jolt of energy through her body, and she wants to feel that. And if you're coming off creepy and weird, and yeah, you're going to get a girl who's more defensive or walled off. And sometimes you'll get a girl who just doesn't want that, and that's all right, right? Because that's not the majority of girls you're going to get. Some girls are like that. Some girls are already walled off and it has nothing to do with you. So keep that in mind. When you're walking up, being intentional. It's so common for guys to walk up, give a great initial introduction, or let's say a great approach, right? The first 30 seconds, first 10 seconds at least. And then they jump into a conversation they really don't want to have at all, right? They've gotten pulled into this nice guy conversation about things that don't matter, things that are not polarizing, things that are kind of getting dry and boring. And what ends up happening, the girl ends up wanting to walk away. She pulls off. She has to go do something, right? Because you didn't stick to what you were there for in the first place. So guys, if you find yourself in a situation out there, stay where the tension is, right? Stay with what it is that you actually want. The more you can do this, the more practice you can get in doing this, the easier it becomes over time. And again, the tension is a good thing, right? Now, you don't want to keep throwing tension at her either. You want to smooth it out at some point and have a rapport conversation, but you guys got to get used to being intentional. That's the only thing that's going to pop the bubble and make her take you serious as someone that she might want to date or see again, or even hang out with right then. All right. So I hope you guys got the message. I hope it helps. If you guys have any more questions, feel free to comment below. And that's all I've got. So anyways, guys, I'll see you guys in next week's video. And remember, only the confident really live. Peace.